Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we are taking a look at Tezzeret, Cruel Captain, in fact the only Planeswalker in Age of Eternities, and he's pretty powerful. So he's a 3 mana 4 loyalty Planeswalker. He has a sack ability whenever an artifact you control enters, put a loyalty counter on Tezzeret, and he doesn't have a plus loyalty, so he has a 0 untap target artifact or creature. If it's an artifact creature, put a +1/+1 count on it. A -3, search your library for an artifact card mana value 1 or less, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. And then a -7, so you get an emblem with at the beginning of combat in your turn, put 3 +1/+1 counters on target artifact you control. If it's not a creature, it becomes a 0/0 robot artifact creature. So because this he gets loyalty on artifact entering, his loyalty can get quite high. So we can get -3 and getting back up to 3 or 4 pretty quickly. We could get up to -7, but that's not always necessary. Unfortunately, his 0's not fantastic. We do have artifact creatures, so you can untap them and grow them, but not it's not guaranteed. So let's quickly just go through our deck. So our main removal, Dusk Rose Reliquary, it's an artifact, so it triggers Tezzeret. Additional cost to cast a spell, sack an artifact or a creature as War 2. When it enters, exile target artifact or creature and opponent controls to start it leaves the battlefield. So pretty good in this deck. We generally have a lot of excess artifact tokens like map or food to sacrifice. We have 2 Phoenix Downs, which is an artifact we can pay to untap it and exile it to either return target creature card of mana value 4 or less from our graveyard to the battlefield tapped, or exile target spirit, skeleton, or zombie. We're using the first one. 2 Spyglass Sirens. While they're not an artifact, obviously they do come down and create a map token. 1 Synthesizer Labship, which we played in the Azorius artifact deck. And it is an artifact, but then if it has 2 or more charge counters at the beginning of combat and return up to 1 other target artifact we control, becomes an artifact creature, base power 2/2 and gains flying. Llanowar Elves just for ramp. Basilisk Collar for life gain and death touch. Why is my mouse not working properly? A Ghost Vacuum if we're up against graveyard decks. And then Nutrient Block is another new card from Age of Eternities. It's a 1 mana food, but it's also indestructible. And like all food, we can pay to and sack it to gain free life, but also when it's put into the graveyard of the battlefield, we draw a card. And this works really well with 1 Tough Cookie, a 2 mana artifact creature food golem. It's 2/2. When it enters, create another food token. So we're getting 2 triggers to Tezzeret, and we can pay 3. Instead of turn, target non-creature artifact we control becomes a 4 for artifact creature. Nutrient Block is great for that because it is indestructible. And then also Zoetic Glyph, enchanted artifact is a 5/4 golem creature. And when the aura is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, we discover 3, so we could hit another Zoetic Glyph. So again, great to enchant the Nutrient Block because a 5/4 indestructible is really powerful. And if they do manage to remove it through sacrifice effect or minus power and toughness, which obviously can kill it, we do get a draw card with a Nutrient Block and discover with a Zoetic Glyph. Next up, we have 4 copies of Sentinel of the Nameless City, a 3 mana 3/4 Vigilance. When it enters or attacks, create a map token, so ways to trigger Tezzeret repeatedly. And finally, Bright Glass Gearhulk, 4 mana 4/4 First Strike Trample. When it enters, we may search our library for up to 2 artifact or creature or enchantment cards with mana value 1 or less, reveal and put in our hand, then shuffle. So we can fetch pretty much 2 of the things that we're going to search up for Tezzeret anyway. So Nutrient Block, Ghost Vacuum, Basilisk Collar. We can get Llanowar Elves and Spyglass Siren as well, but usually we're going for Dusk Rose Reliquary or maybe Basilisk Collar if we want the life gain. Mana base, we've got 1 Adagia because it can copy artifacts as well, and then we do have 1 Scene of the Crime, which is an artifact, so it can trigger a Tezzeret, and the rest of the stuff is just all the dual lands. We obviously have a lot more green lands than other things because we have a lot more green cards and green pips, for example, in Bright Glass Gearhulk. This is a fun deck. We've played with a lot of these cards before. We've played with the Gearhulk, we've played with Tough Cookie, we've played with Zoetic Glyph, enchanting things. But obviously, Nutrient Block being indestructible is really, really powerful. And you don't need to run the full effect, full 4 of them, because you can fetch them up with the Gearhulk and Tezzeret. But that's why we've got 2, because they are good to draw as well. So really, really fun, really, really powerful. And because it's a bit of a toolbox, if against a graveyard deck, you can get a Ghost Vacuum. If you get against a aggro deck, you can get Basilisk Collar for life gain. And we can even get back a lot of the creatures with Phoenix Down if we need to, like get back a Sentinel, for example. And a 3/4 Vigilance for 3 is actually a really good body. So don't sniff at that. We're not really crewing much. We don't have a lot of leeway to crew Adagia. So while there is synergy with copying an artifact maybe it's something we could look at changing. But I still really like it. So hope you all do too. If you do, please remember to like, subscribe. I'd like to give a shout out to my patrons. They are Arcadius, Mihal, Adrian and Thomas. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you everyone else for your support. And I'll see you all in my gameplay. Oh, our opponent does go first. I might wait to get Tezzeret out to play Tough Cookie. Actually, no, because we've got the Sentinel, which will create a map token. So we will go turn 2, Tough Cookie. Up against rats? Let's get our planes. Nashi having Menace is a bit annoying. Well,
my ascension.
Problem is Tezzeret can't protect himself.
Me.
Oh, they're attacking us, not Tezzeret. What do they have? Something? Anything?
Revenge is inevitable.
Do you have a counter spell?
My purpose is clear. Rule the edge.
Well, we take out their Nashi.
Soon you will grovel.
Don't really need to zero, but never mind.
My control is absolute.
Ha! I love a dramatic entrance.
Good old
Just try to
Kaito.
keep up.
All too easy.
Let's get a reliquary.
Just what I needed.
Sack from that.
Charge. Soon you will grovel.
We will take that.
I've trained with the best.
Because what we're going to do, we are going to find our nutrient block.
Even the smallest trinket has its use.
Play that out. So edit glyph.
My
The nutrient
network
block.
is already vast.
equip the Basilisk collar to it. Now they do have nowhere to run. But also the Beastbinder. They're both going face. That's fine.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
There's a Vren. You could just kill our nutrient block. We hit another Zoetic Glyph.
I expect success.
Duskroid's Reliquary and another nutrient block. We'll sack the nutrient block. To take out the Beastbinder.
All too easy.
And we'll hold back.
I thrive in the dark.
Fine.
One loss doesn't alter my plans.
What is their unknown card? Let's take out Kaito.
I like a challenge.
I don't think you know how trample works.
But I fought so hard.
We know they have a lower to run, and they've got one in play, so obviously the walled won't do anything. Get another Reliquary. And a Phoenix Down. We'll sack the scene of the crime. We don't have any more white mana. Are they going to know where to run? Nope. The tides, they have turned, maybe. Next turn we can Phoenix down, get back a Sentinel. It is just creature card. Can't get a Planeswalker, unfortunately. they do get back an engine rat. But our Gearhulks having first strike means their death touch isn't going to do much. Opponent goes first, but we do have a Tezzeret, which it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get out turn 2. But I think we... Well, we're definitely not going to be able to get it turn 2 now. Because we're not going to have it. Boo you, Duress. Boo you. We'll power the land or elves in case we can. Get down a sentinel. Turn 2. Or it dies. We'll just surveil. We'll keep a tough cookie. And tough cookie is going to get killed. Wow. Aggressive. That stick would have been for their sanctuary. Let's go a grow-in. Yep. Well, we have another one, and I know we've got another one. Unholy Annex, Demon Wall. We'll fetch a forest, and then we will tough cookie. What is your last card? Ooh, not removal. Well, we will equip this and see if they have removal. Well, they are a big fan of all the removal. We'll keep our third sentinel. We are both top decking. They can give their demon wall per counter on the demon wall. What we'll do, we'll equip the tough cookie, and if they want to block, good for them. Obviously they can turn on the sanctuary as well. Which is what they do, but it has death touch. So I'm okay with that. And we can get down Tezzeret, search up. A Dusk Rose Reliquary.
Every piece grants me power.
Full sack of food. They have removal.
Soon you will grovel.
Yeah, another map. Oh, they don't have removal.
Mana still obeys me here.
What do they have? Nothing! Take that, removal. Opponent goes first. We have no green mana. That is an issue. This isn't better. We don't have anything to sack for the reliquary. don't think I've ever seen Crowley Dragonstorm played. Well, Nutrient Block plus Zoetic Glyph is a good one. Picture planes. Obviously, it can still be killed by minus effects, such as the new 1 mana one, which I can't for the life of me remember what it's called. They're going to do -2, -2, or -10, -10. But it is a 5/4 indestructible. That worked. Well, let's grow this bad boy. Or find a land. They're down to 12. Do you have another one? Well, our nutrient block is going to be removed. But we do get to discover 3. And we do get a draw card. Another glyph. Not the best. Oh, good. Well, let's put it on our synthesizer lab ship. And we have a sacrificial Llanowar Elves. Do you have something else? At least they can't really attack. There's another nutrient block. There's a reliquary. Sack the map. Yep. We will pay your ward. And we'll get in for 3. You can gain life with the breaker. 2 of them, in fact. Goodbye, Dusk Rose Reliquary. Well, let us tough cookie. And we can turn the nutrient block into a 4/4. So Eve, they can only gain 2 life. So yeah, they'll be up to 6. And they're dead. Opponent goes first. We need a third land and a more, well, there's a third land. We're going to fetch a, we'll fetch a plains now. Because that can turn on the both verges. It would be nice not playing against them here. Three steps ahead. 3 steps ahead. Who'd have guessed? Well, we're just stocking up. Just the best card draw in the format. At least we draw a land. Not that land. Well, let's Phoenix down, Ghost Vacuum, Llanowar Elves. Haven't seen a Tezzeret in a while. Deadly cover up. Nope, they are just holding up mana. I think that was the wrong one to bounce because we get more value. We aren't going to Ghost Vacuum our Sentinel because we can bring it back with Phoenix down. There's the cover up. But we're going to steal their cover up. And we'll bring back the reason we stole their cover up was so it was harder for them to collect evidence for a cover up. Oh, that's the wrong one. No, it was the right one, sorry. Obviously, I imagine they have removal. There's a Siren. There's removal. Let's take a tough cookie. Because we can get another Phoenix down. Let's get a lab ship. Let's get down the lab ship and station. Doesn't mean we can't cast the Phoenix down. You. Do you have more removal? Yes, yes you do. we will take let's grab a Sentinel. We will Duskwise Reliquary, sack of food. Exile your old monument. Phoenix down. Turn on our map. If you have another monument, we are just milled out. Do they though? Yes. They always have it